Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum friends. Welcome back to the latest transfer episode that we have for you today. Sorry I couldn't come in the morning because due to the fact that I was running through some news and I was trying to gather it, but right now I've got it everything with me here now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start reviewing the morning papers and we're going to see what transfer stories have been reported so far. And so far what I've seen, it's all about Manchester United, specifically the bigger story of Cristiano Ronaldo asking to leave Manchester United. Now, I want to start with that. We're going to start with Daily Mail. And what I've seen on the screen over here is that he is apparently said that he wants to leave the club. Now, what the tabloids are starting to do is they're trying to find those clubs who could really try to get him. Now, it's quite interesting that where can Cristiano Ronaldo go next? There are not so many options like Real Madrid. You can put them outside. I don't think so. He'll be heading back to Real Madrid. Barcelona, don't think so. They will ever go for him. There is Bayern Munich then. Bayern Munich have an issue with Lewandowski. If Lewandowski leaves for Barcelona, then there might be some kind of situation where Bayern Munich would go in for Cristiano Ronaldo. But then again, Bayern Munich have a very interesting, you could say, a position in which they don't tend to go outside the box, where they tend to pay big money to the bigger stars. They pay good contracts, but they don't tend to pay, you could say, around 500 grand a week or maybe 600 grand a week. So for that reason, it doesn't seem to be right that he would be heading to Bayern Munich. But there's another journalist who is related to Bayern Munich who has said that there are he has said that it's all false. The reports linking him to Bayern Munich, he thinks that there is no such thing. Whereas in another manner, there is also a situation where it is reported that he might head back to Serie A. Now, will he go back to Juventus? I don't think so. Will he go to some other club? People have started saying maybe Inter Milan or maybe Napoli. I don't think so. Inter Milan will go for him because they got Lukaku, they got Dybala. They're trying to get Dybala. They have Lautaro Martinez. Can't seem anywhere where Cristiano Ronaldo would fit in Inter Milan. Then they are saying Napoli. Will he want to go to Napoli? Is that a right club in terms of profile? I don't think so. Can they win the Champions League? I don't know why Cristiano Ronaldo would ever want to go over there. Now the question comes to mind then, which other club? I think in most regard you could say that Chelsea would be the one, because remember Chelsea are looking for a striker, and Cristiano Ronaldo, the question comes to him, will he ever want to play for any other Premier League team other than Manchester United? What would it mean for Manchester United fans? What would it mean for a legacy? Remember when he was trying to come back to England last year, he was in talks with Manchester City, and Sir Alex Ferguson kind of called him and said that, you know what, if you go there, you will hurt your legacy over here, you will lose your legend status over here, and that is the reason, even though we are not as good as we were, you need to come back here. This is your home, this is your club, this is where you became Cristiano Ronaldo. You won the Champions League here, you won the Premier League here, you established yourself, and then you moved over to Spain, to Real Madrid. Now, all those things would come back to the argument that would he go for another Premier League club? Would Chelsea be interested? Like, let's say if next day you get up and you look at the news and you see that Chelsea are interested to speak to Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, those kind of arguments will again surface up. Those questions will be raised for Cristiano Ronaldo, that will he choose to play for another Premier League club? Again, these kind of things will surface, and don't know what he'll have to say. Maybe he will say that I'm 37 years old, which is already circulating in the social media, in other news outlet. He's saying that he's 37 years of age. He cannot wait around for the club to rebuild and to challenge for the trophies again. He thinks that he has another 3 to 4 more years, and he cannot waste those years in just waiting for the team to rebuild and then trying to challenge for the title. And even if they try to challenge, they might be able to win it. So he thinks that it's the right time right now to move. Now, what are people thinking of it? What are the critics saying of it? Now, critics have many arguments, but most of them, they're aligning to the point that they're saying that, you know what, Erik ten Hag is trying to build for the future, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo is a short-term fix. So if Cristiano Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United, that itself is a solution to the problem, where Erik ten Hag would get that room where he wants to build for the future. Now, if you have Cristiano Ronaldo, he has a 1-year contract remaining. I'm not sure he would want to renew that contract. I'm sure that he would, even if he stays this season with Manchester United, next season he's not going to stay. He will try to find a move until and unless Erik ten Hag by miraculously wins the Premier League title and he says to Cristiano Ronaldo, look, we've won the Premier League title. Next season we're going to go at Champions League. Why don't you stick with us one more year? Who knows? We might win the Champions League. You might want to stick one more year. Now, that kind of thing, the chances of that, the odds of that are almost, you could say 200 to 1. Can't seem to find that Manchester City or the likes of Liverpool or even now Tottenham, the way they're rebuilding, as well as Chelsea when they go back into transfer market, are letting Manchester United to have a go at Premier League title. So I think that's an off situation. I don't think so it's going to happen. So realistically, Manchester United have a win-win situation where if only and only they would be willing to listen and understand what it's happening right now. Now, if they get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, they save on those wages. They can go for a striker in the market. I still think that they should go for Lautaro Martinez because remember, Inter Milan have got Dybala, they will have Lukaku, and if they spend like 50 to 60 million euros on Lautaro Martinez and they settle on something with a fee of 70 million with add-ons, they will get a perfect striker in Lautaro Martinez, and they should go for him because Erik ten Hag would love that kind of striker in the team who can play all over the place in the front position. He can play on the wing, he can play as a false nine, he can play as a centre forward, he can play as a striker, he can play anywhere on the attacking front. And you know, that's the thing with Manchester United. They have to think in terms of progressiveness. They have to think about this in a mean that they need to do something about their team, because right now if you look at Manchester United squad, it doesn't look good. Even if they get Frankie de Jong, they get Malacia, they still need like 4 to 5 more players to change this outlook, to change this way of paradigm, way Manchester United do operate. Now, in order to do that, what they need to do is they have this situation right now currently where their star player is saying that he wants to leave the club. What you need to do is you need to tend to think that, you know what, we can save 500 grand on wages, we can get at least 3 good players in those wages, and you know what, we can try to give Erik ten Hag at least 2 players of his choice, and he can say, you know what, maybe I have now some ground to do something here with the squad. So looking at the story, what I see is this is a situation which has been raised, and Manchester United have to somehow deal with this, and the way to deal with this is by making the right and correct decision. And if Cristiano Ronaldo leaves, it gives you room to maneuver in the transfer market. You can go for other targets. There's still so many names. Remember Jonathan David, remember Victor Osimhen, you also have Calvert-Lewin domestically, you have the likes of Lautaro Martinez. Like, you've got so many options, you know, even now, even João Felix, who's not particularly happy at Atletico Madrid, you can go for him as well. Now, the question remains is the ambition of the owners, the ambition of the club, the ambition of what the club wants in a whole, and that is where Manchester United have to look at this issue and think that, you know what, there is so much room to do better, and this is what we can do, and this is what we should try to do. So this is what it is right now, and we're going to go and see what other stories has been reported. So far it's all Cristiano Ronaldo, and we also have the likes of Barcelona, John Laporta. And I want to come back to this. Yesterday, guys, John Laporta came up with a statement saying that we are willing to keep Frankie de Jong, and we don't want Frankie de Jong to leave Barcelona. We're going to keep him. We're going to see something can be done about the wages. And somehow people are saying that, you know, it's just a tactic, and it was the case. Now Fabrizio Romano has said that John Laporta is still in talks to Manchester United. He still wants to sort out that deal, and that means Manchester United fans cannot be let down by this statement. Manchester United are still in talks with Frankie de Jong. They're still in talks with Barcelona. They want to get the player. It's just a matter of time. John Laporta is just trying to raise some of the cash he's trying to do. Maybe it's that kind of a tactic. Maybe Manchester United would say that, you know what, we'll be willing to pay you 68 million euros as a fixed fee, and the rest of them is going to be in add-ons, and something might come in kind of a compromise or something, and so that John Laporta could show it to the fans and to the club that, look, I made out a good deal out of selling one of our good stars, and we think it's a good deal. We can reinvest this money in other better players such as Lewandowski, who will improve us overall, Jules Koundé, then you got Bernardo Silva, Rafinha, etc, etc. So that is what's on Frankie de Jong's front. Whereas we're gonna go next and it is Raheem Sterling. So what it means is this, that Raheem Sterling is very close to Chelsea move. Now Thomas Tuchel wants Raheem Sterling, so we seem to find this thing that hello Indonesia, like thank you very much Samtap Empat, thank you very much for tuning in. That's very nice of you to come us here. And right now Raheem Sterling is very close to join Chelsea, and it seems that £45 million move will be done once Calvin Phillips moves to Manchester City from Leeds United. Once Calvin Phillips makes his move, then we might see City selling Raheem Sterling to Chelsea, and that's what it is right now. And there's another story saying that Erik ten Hag still wants Anthony from Manchester United. Now it's too expensive because the valuation that Ajax are giving is £70 million, 80 million euros. I think that Manchester United will speak to them and will come to a compromise, maybe a 50 million euros and something with an add-on. So we might see Anthony moving to Manchester United maybe a little bit later in the window. Whereas there is also another news for Barcelona. It has to do with Memphis Depay. Now Memphis Depay has been told that he's no longer part of Xavi plans. So that means Barcelona are ready to sell him. They're ready to raise some cash. The figure is reported between £21.5 million, which means that they are willing to sell Memphis Depay, and they want to get Rafinha so they can get that money and reutilize. By getting Rafinha with Frenkie de Jong money, they can go for the likes of Jules Koundé and Lewandowski, and then they will try to raise some cash for other means so they can go back for Bernardo Silva. So that is what right now the information has come up for Barcelona. Then there is another news in which it has been reported that Lisandro Martinez from Ajax is in talks with Arsenal and Manchester United. It seems that Manchester United and Erik ten Hag want him, so we will see what happens with that one. So Mikel Arteta also wants a player. Maybe there'll be a bidding war between the two of these clubs. So this is what is being reported in Daily Mail. We're gonna go on to check Mirror Football and see what do we have over here. And let me see, what do we have over here. So far it's the same thing, Cristiano Ronaldo and Erik ten Hag. And let's see what other has been coming up. Telles is also up for sale by Manchester United. So that means if Malacia joins Manchester United, then Telles will be on the transfer market. Maybe some other clubs will be interested in him. Maybe somebody in the Premier League. Now going forward, do we have any other news? Nothing so far major being reported by Mirror Football. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to refresh it just for any case that there is an update, just to be sure. And nothing so far. Let's have a look at the Sun. And it has been reported another Manchester United story. It has to do with Inter Milan. The story which has been come up is De Vrij, who is the centre back for Inter Milan. He has been reported for a move to Manchester United. Apparently Erik ten Hag rates him. So Inter Milan defender Stefan De Vrij waiting for a call as Manchester United plot transfer swoop for Dutch star. Stefan De Vrij has emerged as one of the Manchester United top transfer targets according to reports. Defender 30 joined Inter Milan from Lazio in 2018 and has since made 163 appearances for the Italian Giants, but his current contract expires next summer, so the clubs are open for idea of selling him as soon as possible to avoid the risk for losing him for free. So that means Erik ten Hag might go in for him, and we will see how that one comes up. Now let's see what is Sun reporting in other news. Again, same thing, that Ronaldo wants to leave Manchester United. Napoli joined transfer race for Ronaldo as Manchester United star triggers transfer battle. Now there is there is a story in which it's reported, will he go to Chelsea, will he go to PSG, will he go to Real Madrid, will he go to Bayern Munich, and that's what it is right now. So let's see what do we have over here. And there is again battle between Manchester City and Arsenal for Gnabry. Jesse Lingard willing to join Everton on free transfer, but only as a last resort. So that's what Everton fans have got right now. And so far nothing major other than Tarkowski moving to Everton. So far this is what the updates we have for the morning paper talk, guys. So hopefully I'll be tuning in a little bit later for the evening transfer news, and hopefully I'll see you at 8 p.m. in the evening at the UK time. So hopefully you guys will be tuning in. So I want to thank you very much for joining in and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice one. Thank you very much.